I always recommend cash stuffing to beginners because it's a good way to get your hands on your money, see where it's going. But what if you don't have good access to banks, or what if you just want to do it digitally? Let's talk about it. I do cover this more in depth in the Budget Mastery Bootcamp, which if you go to the first pinned video on my page, you can learn more about it. So traditional cash stuffing, when you're using envelopes to put your money into your different variables and sinking funds, it looks like this. You do your budget, you figure out what are your variable expenses and your sinking funds, and then you pull that out in cash on your payday and you put them into your different envelopes. That way you have everything sectioned off into envelopes, you have cash, you go and use the cash, and when you're done with that, your envelope is empty. But here's what digital cash stuffing might look like for you. So you do your budget again and you get your variables and your sinking funds from your budget. Your variables then would go to checking accounts because you need debit cards to be able to spend the money for these funds, such as groceries, gas, and fund money, right? You don't want to have to constantly be pulling these out of savings because savings accounts sometimes have limits and can give you penalties. So you would have different checking accounts set up for your variable expenses. You would then distribute those variables to the different checking accounts. So you would have a grocery checking account, a gas, and a fund money, or whatever your variable expenses are. And then your sinking funds would go to a high yield savings account. You can do this a couple of different ways. You could have multiple high yield savings accounts, but the way that I do it is I have a high yield savings account and I have buckets within that savings account for the different sinking funds I have. So you have, an emergency fund bucket, a vacation bucket, car repair bucket, whatever your sinking funds are. That way all your money is housed within your high yield savings account and you're getting that interest on it, but it is separated into those different buckets so that you don't get it all mixed up. I know Ally Bank has the high yield savings with buckets. Other banks have that as well. And another way that you could also do the variables is use a bank that has buckets in their checking accounts, which Ally Bank does, but I know other banks do too. So you would have one checking account and have multiple buckets within that account for the different funds. And then you could assign stores or certain purchases to these buckets. That way, when you swipe your card, it automatically knows if you went to Walmart, it's taking out of the grocery bucket. Just know that you can use a combo of different methods. You don't have to just do one or the other. You could actually cash stuff some of your stuff and then digitally cash stuff other things. You could do it all digital. You could do it all traditional. It is completely up to you and what works for you. Also note that you need to do your research on banks. I cannot tell you which bank to use. I can only tell you which banks have certain features, which banks have certain APYs. I can't tell you which bank you should use. That is completely up to you, your comfort zone, your comfort level, what you look for in a bank. So definitely do your own research. Make sure that there are no fees, so fee-free for checking accounts and savings accounts. Make sure that they are FDIC insured so that you know your money is insured and safe. And if you want a physical bank, also, you would make that a requirement as well. But call them, see how their accounts work, ask questions, and do your own research. Go with what you're comfortable with. One more thing is that it's going to take time to find the perfect system for you, right? You have to kind of try things out and see if you like them or not and see if they work for you within your budgeting style and within your lifestyle. Nobody can give you the one true answer, and you're just going to have to go out there and try things for yourself. Again, I talk a lot more about this in the Budget Mastery Bootcamp. Go watch the first pinned video on my page or go to my bio if you want to read more about what's inside and also join us. It dropped and we already have students in there working. This is going to be a game changer for you. It's better than a one-on-one session. So any of the people who have been asking me for one-on-ones, go join the Budget Mastery Bootcamp. It's cheaper than a one-on-one and it actually costs less than probably what you spend on fast food. Leave any questions in the comments and I hope y'all have a great weekend. You got this, friend.